So over the course of the last several months, there's been a lot of discussion, not really about if Xi Jinping and Donald Trump will meet, but more about when. And just as importantly, what will they be discussing? The first thing that I think is super important, and I think has been lost on a great many, is the absolute need for dialogue. The more that the Chinese and the Americans at the highest of levels are able to not just talk on a basis once in a while, but on an ongoing basis, both at the heads of state level and then throughout the various levels of government, is critical. Only with dialogue are we going to be able to have a better understanding of the different cultures and the different demands and everything that separates both China and the United States. So do I think that they're going to meet? Most likely, yes, and most likely in October. I think it would be fantastic if Donald Trump were actually to come to China in early September, September 3rd specifically. China is actually having a very large celebration for the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II. A lot of heads of states are coming. That most likely will not take place. But they will meet, most likely on the sidelines of a big meeting, big global meeting. And then the question becomes, what exactly are they going to be discussing? And the idea is of some sort of grand bargain. And what a grand bargain is really meant is, can a lot of the big major issues surrounding trade, issues surrounding investment, issues even surrounding sort of what we call spheres of influence, where China is meant to hold a little bit more power in Asia, the United States maybe in Europe, issues such as that. Whether they can reach a grand bargain is difficult to really determine. Again, dialogue is fantastic, but there continues to be a pretty significant difference in what it is the Chinese are looking from America and what America is looking for from China. And predominantly, the issue is really about what's called mutual respect. And I think this has been fascinating to watch, because what China really has requested from the American side is to enter into negotiations for some grand bargain where China and the United States come into that discussion as equals. This is what we like to call a very hard pill for the American government to swallow, because the American government and America in general has been what is called the hegemon, the leader of the world for the last 40 years. And it really is a psychological barrier to overcome. I will give Donald Trump credit with his team. There has been movement in that regard. And we've seen this over the course of the last, 2 months, as the teams on both sides have negotiated a better relationship on trade. What I will caution against is that there are a large number of other politicians in America who hold very negative positions on China. They view China literally as the enemy. So while Donald Trump and his team, I think, are going to move forward in trying to have a much better relationship and work towards achieving this grand bargain of sorts, Donald Trump is going to have a lot of opposition back home. What it requires is just ongoing dialogue, getting these individuals from the United States to travel to China, to get a sense of what China is for themselves. Anything that can continue to push that forward, I think, is going to be positive. But this meeting at the end of the year, this grand bargain process, is just probably the beginning of a multi-year engagement that I hope at the end is going to deliver real positive results.